Welcome back to Jedi Enclave. I'm Daniel.
I'm Chris.
And this is the Jedi Enclave Presents. Now, this is Podcasting Podcast, your weekly podcast about Star Wars accessories, nerdom, fantasy, sci-fi. This week, as it turns out,
Star Wars is back, baby.
we're boys, we are so back. We're talking about Maul Shadow Lord, which had a 2-episode premiere this week.
We're just going to have 2 episodes every week until it's over.
And until we fucking die, probably. We have a lot on this show this week.
2.
Yeah. Which we know that they're doing a second season,
Yes.
by the way. They already announced that,
That's
which is
why I
really
said
cool.
it.
Yeah. So we're talking about that, which early impressions of this show have been really, really
pretty good.
It is pretty great. We are also talking about Invincible Season 4, Episode 6?
Whatever the fuck it.
Yeah.
I think it is 6.
Yeah, Daredevil, Born Again Season 2, Episode 4?
4?
Whichever this week's episode is.
That sounds right.
Yep. And then The Boys, the final season, had its premiere this week as well, which we're going to talk about. And
if you're saying that sounds like a shit ton of shows,
it's too much.
You're right.
It's too much.
It's too many shows.
Yeah.
We have reached peak show.
It is. This is a live stream, by the way. So as you're watching, if you want to drop in and say hi, let us know what you thought about each of those things. We'll be reading your comments, and also I'm probably gonna go on Facebook here. Our producer's assistant, I don't think showed up to work today.
Oh.
Is he here?
Oh wow, he might be getting fired then.
Fired. Yeah. So anyway, I'll be reading some comments from our a couple of posts on social media today with some of your earlier thoughts on the episodes and everything. Before we move on to the week's recaps, I think the one thing we have to talk about was Punisher one last kill. One last kill.
Something like that, yeah.
Which it's Frank Castle, probably isn't just one last one. It's probably going to be several
I
after
mean,
that.
even in that little teaser, there were a lot of killings. He sent a lot of men to the Backstreet Boys reunion too.
Yeah. So this is going to be a 1-hour special, I think. So they're only doing like 1 hour. And I'm not sure how. I think this will make sense after Daredevil is over,
and possibly after
Spider-Man,
as well.
to kind of like figure out like how, like where this is like kind of going in the MCU like timeline. However, John Barenthal, I really love his Frank Castle. I think he's probably my favorite Frank Castle so far, which is saying something because Ray Stevens played Frank Castle at one point. Yes, once, and then.
Was that the really bad Daredevil movie or Punisher movie that happened back in like the 90s?
Well, I think you're thinking of the John Travolta one,
maybe,
which isn't bad either. Well, it's a movie of its time. Like it definitely like was in the or like early aughts or whatever.
Yeah.
John Travolta played the bad guy in that movie, and John Travolta is not a good actor, and I don't understand why people think he's really good. But the guy that played the Punisher, and I cannot remember his name, I actually really liked him. So, and then Ray Stevens played another version of the Punisher, and he was fantastic.
That's what I would expect.
All right, switching gears, we're going to Star Wars.
Yes.
I want to do a quick spoiler-free for this because maybe you haven't had time to watch it, you there, viewer at home. So why don't we do like a quick... Give me your impression, your spoiler-free impression.
So obviously this still has the same animation style that they've gone with ever since the Clone Wars 3D cartoons
Though
started.
slightly different.
Slightly different. Yeah. There are some new little wrinkles added to it, I guess. Like when Maul's lightsaber
the lightsaber's like,
There's like these little streaks that it leaves behind that looks really cool.
It is a little reminiscent to me of Kylo Ren's lightsaber in live action.
A little bit, yeah.
Though it's not as like uncontrolled and crackly. Yeah. Because like Kylo Ren's lightsaber gives the impression that it's about to explode.
Yes.
At any moment.
It's a very deliberate reflection on its wielder and his emotional state.
A bunch of new characters, which we're gonna get into when we get into the story. Two Jedi characters. One of them I think is really cool. And I'd put his chance of survival through the first season very low. But I saw someone on social media. It was like So all of the Jedi survived, basically. And it's like, no. You can. It's a criticism that some Star Wars fans like to kind of levy whenever they bring back a Jedi. I want you to consider real quick that right before Order 66, there were 10,000 Jedi in the universe. Throughout the comics, like the canon comics and the novels and the TV shows, we've met fewer, I think, than 35 or 40 survivors, which means that it's like we're less than 0.5% of the Jedi Order so far as being survivors. So like most of them are dead. It's a weird criticism. You have to bring back Jedi characters anyway, because who is going to be an acceptable challenge to Maul other than a Jedi, someone else with Force powers that isn't Palpatine?
Yeah, I was gonna say Maul is aiming pretty high on his revenge tour.
Oh, he is going on a revenge tour too, and I think it's a great look for Maul. I love this.
Very
like
much so.
He's like it's like Kill Bill.
I have this list of motherfuckers that I need to kill, and I'm going to check it off one motherfucker at a time.
Sam Witwer's performance as Maul is really good.
He chews the scenery, but I think that's what you need to do for a character like Maul.
Oh yeah. He's that kind of voice actor too. I found the music to be really cool.
Yeah.
There's a big reveal with Maul.
Oh yes.
Where they do the Duel of the Fates.
Yes.
Corn on the cob. But it's all like choir and everything, and it's really neat. And other incidental music throughout the episode that was really good as well, that I really enjoyed. So, and my favorite character so far, and this is not Cop Ganda, I swear to God, it's not. But they're doing this like cool Blade Runner noir thing with a detective.
Yeah.
And I really like him so far. Okay. I think he's a really cool character, so I'm excited to see more about that.
My favorite character so far is Spybot. I would die.
I know.
For Spybot.
Okay. Yeah, no. That's the one. That's the evil one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's Maul's droid.
Yeah, my partner and I watched both episodes together when they dropped, and we were immediately just laughing our asses off. Yeah, he's pretty neat. Okay.
My favorite shot, and this isn't a spoiler, is like Spybot like floats up next to Maul, and Maul just kind of pets it.
Gives him a little pet. Yeah. I imagine that's how I would interact with my droids.
Yeah.
In a if I were in that kind of universe. All right, we're going to spoil this. Before we do those, Sergio says, thoughts on a Palpatine origin story. Oh, that's complex.
Yes.
Part of me loves the idea, part of me hates it, because part of the, some of the reason that Palpatine is so cool is that we don't actually know much about his... If you throw out James Luceno's Darth Plagueis book, it would probably also have to, you wouldn't be able to do a Palpatine story without it being really dark and probably rated R. So if you couldn't do that, would you even want it, right? Like if you couldn't do a rated R Palpatine show, would it be even worth doing, right? Ben says Witwer recorded screams to add. Really? He did say Witwer recorded screams to add to the saber too. I'm not surprised by that. That's a really neat detail, actually.
That sounds like something ILM could do.
Oh yeah. Okay, so spoilers abound, our friends. If you've not seen the episode yet,
the episodes, because there were 2 of them,
and you'd prefer it not to be spoiled by a couple of fucking knuckleheads,
then by all means get the fuck out of here and go watch it.
So we open up on what is this planet called? Janix, right? I don't know why that's not in my... Oh, by the way, go like us on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, Discord, TikTok. We're almost up to 600 followers on TikTok.
Amazing.
That matters a lot to one of our Battlefront friends who's like 14 years old. It would mean a lot to him if we got up to 600, I think. So, all right. So we're doing the media and res thing with this, right?
Sort of, yeah.
And it turns out that there is some kind of heist happening. We'll go on to find out that it's like a bank heist, and
there's a Mandalorian, and there's some Zabraks.
Yeah. Also, probably the star of this
Spybot.
of this sequence is Spybot, which is I think this is a cool thing to attach to Maul's character, by the way, because one of the first things that we know about him from episode 1. One of the first things you learn about him
He uses the droids.
He has his like little probe droids. Yeah. So it's kind of cool that's kind of a that's a thing that's a well he goes back to, right? And this one has a lot of personality. I imagine. Do you know the killer droids from the Afra comics?
Not super familiar.
Yeah,
with them,
I can't remember their names off the top of my head. Someone in the chat tell me. But they're a couple of murder droids from the Afra comics that I think he would probably hang out with. Like he'd have a beer with them.
Probably.
Yeah. So got a couple of Zabraks, some Mandalorians, and they are causing some trouble on this planet Janix.
Mm-hmm.
And
hijack some credits.
Yeah, they're moving some
away.
credits around. And they're like, you know what, we're gonna have this. This is gonna be ours now.
Mm-hmm.
And
so obviously the cops get called, and
Yeah.
there's a chase scene, and then they land on a rooftop where there's a familiar-ish looking ship that lands. And the cops surround him. They're like, "Fucking throw down your guns!" And then the door opens, and out comes Maul. Duel of the Fates fanfare behind him. And then they all turn and start shooting at Maul, and Maul just fucking obliterates.
Yeah, Maul's like, bitch, please. And okay, I put this title card in here because this was a cool title card.
Cool.
Yeah, that was really neat. I really love that. We are introduced to a couple of new characters.
Yes.
Which is Devin, and her guardian, whose name I don't think we know yet. Maybe I might have missed it.
I don't think they ever say it.
Yeah,
at least
it is very obvious. If you're a Star Wars fan, it's very obvious that this is a Master Padawan pair.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a little moral conundrum, which is that they're both very hungry, but the Master won't let them steal food.
Devin's like, I can just fucking grab some pears. They're never going to notice it. And
he's like, you
just
could, but then you'd be a piece of shit, wouldn't you? So don't do that.
Yeah.
She's like, well, maybe I want to be a piece of shit.
So, of course, she goes up and grabs some pears. And then she is the universe's worst thief.
Oh, yeah.
Because she, someone nudges her and she immediately drops them all on the ground. And the fucking police droids are like, hey, fucking, you're under arrest for theft.
Right.
And she's like, but I'm 12. And they're like, doesn't matter. Get in the car.
I think that this is an interesting thing, by the way, that despite Order 66 having happened, we're going to go back one. Despite Order 66 having happened, and they're in this really terrible society now, this authoritarian, thing.
Fascist dystopia.
Yeah.
Call it what it is.
That her master still has this maybe even slightly naive idealism about the law.
Mm-hmm.
And him being, and to be fair, this is kind of like a random planet out in the middle of nowhere. The local police might be perfectly fine. But his thing is like, everything will work out, just, tell the truth or whatever, or, it's everything will be fine. They'll release you.
In fact, we learn later on that the Empire doesn't really have very much presence here.
Yeah. I imagine one of the things that one of the things that they really hit on in Andor is how brittle the power of fascism is, and how they can't, even despite desperately needing to be, they can't be everywhere at once. And so I think this is a good example of this. Yeah. And this is one of the reasons why they gave local control over to the governors, was because they can't be on every planet every time.
Yeah,
so
Janix, what we see of it is this enormous city, and there are not, if we take this as even there being a couple dozen planets like this, there are not enough stormtroopers and ISB people to police all of those by themselves.
Yeah, I'm not sure that the Empire has instituted the draft yet either.
Maybe not.
So yeah, I think it's still a volunteer or like a conscripted army. Okay, so we meet our next new character, Captain Lawson,
and his assistant, Two Boots.
Yes, who shows up to the aftermath of this heist and was like, "What the fuck happened here?" And they're like, because this is weird, because this robbery has occurred at a bank that belongs to a crime boss called Nicodemus, right? And I just realized we say that it's just Nicodemus. Yeah. Wow. Good job, Dave Filoni.
I mean, the cop is named Lawson.
Lawson, right. Yeah. It's
Star
never,
Wars
they've never really been super subtle with the naming in Star Wars.
Savage oppress.
So, he kind of notes that everything here is very strange. Like it's so clean and targeted, and like maybe maybe it even isn't even about the money, perhaps.
It's about sending a message.
Right. So they also realize that the bank droid has been stolen.
Yes.
Right.
Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then here's Demas.
Turns
who's
out Demas is
freaking the fuck out.
He's pissed. Yeah, he's pretty mad about losing his droid.
And immediately leaps to the conclusion that it was his biggest rival
Yep.
who did this. So he's like, fucking set up a meet at this shitty warehouse.
Yeah.
We'll have some food, and I'll accuse him of stealing from me.
His name's Luti Vario,
Yes.
by the way.
Vario.
So, we find out like we know for sure Maul he's orchestrated these events.
Mm-hmm.
He is still searching for someone he can have on his side to teach.
Yes.
And he wants revenge on the syndicates who prospered after his like reign of criminality.
The ones who betrayed him.
Right. One person at the top of that list, fucking Darth Sidious. He's like, I know.
He is aiming for this guy.
He's like, I don't know how. Or if it's even possible, but I'm gonna try.
I'm gonna kill that motherfucker.
So, Maul has. So this guy, this poor guy, like sits outside the jail.
Sits outside the police station.
Yeah, right.
That's where they took Devin.
Right, and he's like, I'm just gonna wait for them to release her. Everything will be fine.
Surely they realize that she's a little dumb shit 12-year-old who didn't know what she was doing, was hungry.
I'm glad you brought this up.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone on social media, you need to stop sexualizing this character because it is really weird. I've seen a bunch of comments over the last week since this came out. It's like, you guys know that she's like a teenager. Like,
at most?
That's not okay.
No.
I understand there are precedents of pedophile, but that's not okay. It's just something I saw online that was kind of disgusting. Anyway, Devin is processed at the station, right?
And she refuses to tell them anything. She doesn't have an ID to give them because what's it going to say? I'm a former Padawan. Please do not turn me into the Empire.
I was Order 66. She's pretty much like, you do not need to see my identification, except she's a Padawan, so it doesn't work so well.
And they're like, we do need to see your identification. If you're not going to give me any, get in the fucking jail cell.
You can also tell that Lawson doesn't have any like just built-in malice toward her, and he
He's
recognizes
just doing his fucking job.
He also, I think, recognizes that she's really young as well, and so he's like,
you're gonna spend a night in jail. It'll fucking scare you straight, and you'll never steal again.
Yeah. Lawson reviews evidence from the heist, and the footage shows a lightsaber,
a laser sword. He calls it.
And the file for this person is flagged by the Imperial Security Bureau, the ISB.
Yes. They have no information about it locally, but like there's a note in there that says if you find this person,
give us a call.
Call the ISB immediately.
And so I think it's like Two Boots, right? Who's like, so we're gonna call the Empire, and he's like, no, fuck no, we're not doing that.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, because then see if we do that, then the Empire comes here, and we do not want that.
No.
I do love this shot. This mirrors a shot almost perfectly from Andor, which is Chad guy, Deidre Simp, Kyle something or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
Looking at a hologram of Cassian Andor this way. However, Lawson already is like a lot more likable.
Yeah, very true.
So, all right, Demas and Vario meet.
Yes.
Right. They both deny responsibility for the robbery.
I love Vario's visual design, by the way, because he's like this little 2-foot tall alien in this like 7-foot tall robot suit.
Someone let me know in the chat. I can't remember exactly what the species is, but this species was featured as one of the racers in Star Wars Episode 1 during the Ubuntu Eve Classic. One of the racers is the same species that he is. Yeah, I do. I like the little man big suit idea. I think it's pretty good.
So that they have their meal and their meeting, and Demas accused Varys of. Varys like, I didn't do anything. Fucking don't look at me. And then one of the serving droids brings out the severed head of the bank droid. Yeah. And Demas is like, you fucking took my droid. Yeah. Varys like, no, I didn't. And
he's like, if you didn't take my droid,
why is the droid's head right?
What is this? He's like, I don't.
You did the catering, dude.
Yeah. You paid for the food.
So there's a shootout.
Yeah, there's a chase and a shootout, right? And I love how this dude is just like, you can tell he has talked himself out of every single altercation he's ever been in his life, right? and probably has a little too much confidence for a man his size.
Yes.
But yeah, he runs. He's like, fuck this,
So-
I'm out of here.
After he shoots Demas and sends him to the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, then let's see. Do the cops come first, or does Maul's guys come first? I think it's Maul's guys.
Yeah, because they're there to kind of clean
Yes.
up the
Yes.
mess, right?
So
yeah.
Vario takes off running. Maul's guys pursue, and this, of course, draws the interest of the cops.
Right. I love this shot of him, his suit getting damaged, and him being like, "Oh shit, I got to get out of this thing."
Yeah.
And then he's just like 3 centimeters long.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cops are aware of what's happening, and so is Maul. In fact, Maul gets a pretty good look at this guy, who seems pretty invested in this all of a sudden, and so he's like, "Is this guy gonna go on my list?"
Interesting.
Yeah. So they bring Vario in,
Yes.
right? And they're like,
Vario's like, okay, I gotta tell you,
yeah,
I might have shot Demas.
Yeah.
However,
self-defense.
it was definitely self-defense. And
Mhm.
also, have you heard of this guy named Maul? Because he's really bad news.
Yeah, and the Shadow Collective.
Yes.
Ooh, and
Ooh.
yeah, and so Lawson's like, okay, so, what do we do here? And this guy's like, you need to protect me because he's coming after me,
Yes.
and that man is terrifying.
Yes.
So they lock him up
Conveniently in
Yeah.
the cell directly
across the street. Yeah, he takes a look at Devin on the way in. Makes a little quip about the his accommodations.
Yep.
We see that Devin's master is still patiently
sitting out
waiting.
there.
Yep. And so they keep working the case,
Yes.
right?
They have a very long night.
What is this bit from?
Is that? Yeah, because I guess they start breaking in at this point, don't
Oh, right, yeah, because they're
Yeah.
at work, and then people stop answering their fucking check-ins, and
Because
so
Spybot is getting into their
he's doing his-
computers.
he's doing his
and
hacky
Maul's
stuff.
guys are
Yeah.
getting in there and shooting people.
Yeah, and Lawson's like, son of a bitch, they're gonna storm the police station. Oh no. And they do.
Yeah.
And Maul gets, I think, his 3rd hallway scene.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
in animated form. Look, I know he's a bad dude, like he's a bad guy, evil, former Sith. I would still pay to watch him cut his way through a hallway full of goons. He's just so good.
He has a certain style to him.
Yes. So he cuts his way through, and
he meets up with his guys right outside Varys's cell.
Did you just call him Varys?
Whatever his name is.
Vario.
Vario.
Yeah.
Vario, there
It's
we
just
go.
I was taken aback by you
Look,
bringing up a Game of Thrones character.
I can't be expected to remember all these schmucks names.
Yeah, that's
okay?
true. That's fair. So Devin, of course, is like, the fuck is happening out
doing
there? Yeah.
here? So Vario is like, okay, look, I understand you're a little bit upset with me, and frankly, I think in your place, I would be a little upset too. However, hear me out now. I know you're also upset with the Pikes, and I have information that will allow you to get at the Pikes.
Yeah. And he's like, you know what?
But I can't give you that information if you ram your laser sword through my head. So can we maybe just chill?
He's like, I'll chill for now. Put him in the fucking truck.
Yes.
Right. And so he turns around, he goes to leave.
And he's like, he feels a disturbance in the force.
I love this shot, by the way.
Yes.
This shot is so fucking cool.
He just goes over there, opens the door, and Devin is just looking at him and says, Maul.
Yeah.
Because she knows who this
Yeah, she does know
motherfucker
who he is. Yeah. And I imagine that there would be quite a few Jedi that probably have heard of him.
Yes.
Because, I mean, Obi-Wan has a whole protracted, like, there's a whole protracted thing there where he's chasing Maul around for like half of the...
Not only that, he is the first Sith to be seen in almost a millennium, I think.
According to Ki-Adi-Mundi, however, Ki-Adi-Mundi might have been fucking lying, as it turns out.
Possible. Yeah. He's one of the very few people to kill a Jedi in single combat in living memory.
Yeah, in a duel, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, Maul would definitely be pretty well known.
So they throw her over. They throw Devin over her shoulder,
Yes, they're
and they
still
carry
fighting
her.
their way out, trying to climb to their escape hatch, and the cops are blasting them the whole way.
Now, Devin's master is like, wait, what is happening here?
Because there is a significant dark force presence in
Yeah.
there that I do not like.
Yeah. Also, I can see the blaster shots from the window. Like something is happening in this
Yeah.
building. And
So-
he's like, you know what? I'm gonna put a stop to this bullshit.
Mhm.
And it just
So like Maul and his guys are speeding away
Yeah.
with the cops in pursuit, and the mystery Jedi fucking hops down and fucking force throws the speeder.
Yeah.
And
now there's a part of this that reminds me of there's a really great Star Wars novel. It's from Legends called it's not called Shadow Lord. It might actually be called that. I've got it somewhere around here. I have to find it somewhere.
I don't know.
Doesn't
matter.
Yeah, the hesitation you're hearing right now, since you guys are looking at a slideshow, is that Chris and I are looking at my bookshelf trying to find this book.
It's not Dark Lord: The Rise of Darth Vader.
No, that's a Vader one. I'll figure out what it is later. But basically, it's a story that takes place like 2 days before Episode 1, and Maul has to hunt down a group of people who know about the impending invasion on Naboo. And Sidious sends him to clean it up, and it is terrifying. The book is terrifying, and there are elements of this that remind me of that. There's a Jedi character with his Padawan, and there's a thing where they're the speeders are crashed and stuff.
Yeah.
So Maul comes out and was like, okay, who did that?
Not fucking cool.
Yeah, and he's this little dude is like, you want to get fucked? Come over here and get fucked.
Maul's like, actually, you see that pedestrian bridge up there? I would like to break that.
Yeah, he's like, I don't have time for this. So go save these people, you fucking Jedi.
Yeah.
And so he does. Of course he does.
And the cops all divert to do that, and Maul and his guys get away.
Yeah. And I love the shot of Lawson being like, because at first I don't think he realizes that he's holding the bridge up, and then he looks over and is like, oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, that's what's happening here.
So they what is this, back at the
yes, so they're back at HQ. This is the wee hours of the morning, and like they've got the fucking Pepe Sylvia board up where they're trying to connect things with string, and like what the fuck is going on with weird ISB flagged guy and this fruit thief.
I think he puts together that they're Jedi, because I think this is the confirmation here that they are they're wanted by the ASB for being Jedi fugitives.
Yeah.
And even still, he's like, guys, we're not calling the Empire. I cannot have them here. We just don't want that.
It is a very bad idea.
So
the chief even shows up and is like, look, just figure this shit out, or sooner or later we're gonna have to call the Empire.
Back at I guess Maul's secret lair of terror, Maul confirms that Devin is force sensitive.
He's like, okay, look, you're injured. I have Mandalorian medics here. They're really good.
Yep.
Just let them fucking look at your wrist, and then I'll throw you in another jail cell.
Yeah. And he's like, also, I guess this is where he name drops Darth Sidious, right? And he's like, just to let you know, kind of am looking for an apprentice. Just don't answer now.
Yeah.
Just think about it. Sleep on it. I'll come back around tomorrow morning and we'll talk.
Yeah.
So we meet Lawson's kid, and this is an interesting family dynamic where they're separated. His mom and dad are separated, and it doesn't sound like he wants his kid to see her without his supervision. So there's like a weird thing happening there too. And they make a point of, he's like, I'm really into rugby and I really miss it, Dad. And he's like, I don't fucking care. I'm trying to keep the city from falling apart. Please stop.
I'll take some time off soon. I promise.
Right. Which we know, if you've ever had a disappointing, if you've ever had a disappointing parent, you know that's never gonna happen. So Maul does some light threatening.
Yes. He's like, okay, Vario, you're gonna tell me everything you know about the Pikes, or I'm going to crush you with this cart full of credits.
Yeah. Which, by the way, out of all the ways that Maul could kill this man, he's like, I might just drop money on you.
So Lawson goes down to a little
sketchy part of town.
Yeah. Very neon shrouded, and goes to meet.
I love
this.
This is a bit of this where like there's so much Blade Runner DNA in this. It's really cool, and I love the the music here. He does like an old school noir trumpet
Yeah,
solo
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah, like you can almost hear his narration,
Mhm.
right? So yeah,
Have you ever played the Mass Effect games?
I have played a little bit of the first one. Yeah.
Okay, in the second one, there is a character named Arya Talok that you meet, and this sequence reminds me an awful lot of when you first meet her.
Okay. Why?
Uh,
Are they just similar characters or?
sort of. They both have like this back room at a club where they give out information. And
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Okay, so he gets a little bit of information about the Shadow Collective, which is first that it's real.
Yes,
It exists. It was once led by Maul.
who is a bad motherfucker.
Yes, and it controlled multiple syndicates, including the Pikes, Crimson Dawn, and Black Sun.
Mhm.
Right.
However, Maul was betrayed and is understandably a little bit upset about
Very miffed. Yeah. It
Little
also
peeved.
it also confirms that Maul's return is almost certainly tied to everything that's happening.
Yes.
And
Like, these people are dying and disappearing. That is Maul.
Yeah.
There is no one else who connects these dots like Maul.
Yeah. So Devin and Maul have that. He circles back around the next morning.
Yep.
He's like, "So,
How you doing?
yeah, what do you think about this whole thing?"
She's
And
like, I would like to leave.
Yeah.
He's like, you can leave whenever you want.
she's like, "Asshole, the door is locked," and he's like, "That wouldn't stop a Jedi."
I love Maul's, like, him saying you can leave whenever you like. What's unsaid is, but you have to break your way out.
Right,
You
right,
have to find your own way out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to help you.
Yeah. She still really clings to this Jedi thing, and you know, she's like,
She's like, I'm
I'm not a bad guy,
I
okay?
believe
Yeah.
in justice and all that.
Yeah.
And Maul's like,
Bullshit.
no, he says, that's a pity. If only there were more like you.
Yeah.
Maybe we wouldn't be where we are.
Yeah, and that is it. I'm sure you could write a paper on the character arc of Darth Maul through the Clone Wars, Rebels. Well, this is before Rebels, but this trajectory that he's on, where he goes from basically mindless killing tool of Darth Sidious.
Yes, he was made to be Sidious's blunt instrument.
Yeah, to having a hand in sensing where the galaxy is going right before Order 66, and knowing that Anakin Skywalker had something to do with it, and like not sure, he has no loyalty on either side. He's certainly not loyal to Darth Sidious, but he thinks the Jedi are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. His existence isn't to kill Jedi anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Like he's finally found his own identity, and so here is a Jedi where he's like, it's pretty all right, kid. Like it's good that you believe that shit, but wouldn't it be kind of cool if you could just do your own thing?
Yeah.
Just gonna put that. In fact, you know what? Don't answer me right now. Just sleep on it, and
I'll circle back.
I'll circle back tomorrow morning. So he also does the thing that probably worked on him a little bit from Sidious, where he's like, look, I could teach you some cool shit, just to let you know.
My lightsaber has 2 blades. You want
Yeah.
you want to learn how to
Right.
use that?
You only have you don't have any lightsabers
Yeah.
right now. So
Yeah.
Maul's plan advances, right? So he gets intel on a Pike shipment. And so he's like, oh, we're gonna go fuck that up.
Yeah, so Spybot sneaks onto the ship and takes over the autopilot and takes them to this moon. Where
What a killer shot, by the way, of the
Yeah.
Mandalorians getting off this Gauntlet class ship. Yeah. And he's like, you know what? I've had 3 hallway scenes so
I'm
far.
gonna deal with this
yeah.
myself.
Yeah, we're gonna have another hallway scene.
Yep.
You know what?
And he
The fans
just
love a good hallway
fucking
scene.
murks the Pikes.
Yep. Yeah, he cuts through them actually pretty easily. And
then he circles back.
Yeah. So he
And
also
he tells Devin, "It's time you see the galaxy for what it is."
Right. I have in my notes here. Yeah. Okay. So, the indoctrination of Devin kind of starts. He keeps pushing her to escape. And so he leaves. She tries to open the lock, but it doesn't
Can't
work.
do it,
Yeah.
but she sees this little beam of light.
Yeah.
And
So-
finds that she can push the walls of her cell back, and now she's out.
And
And that's
then,
it. That's the end of episode 2.
oh, did I not?
Okay. Well, we're back.
Have him check the stream on Facebook,
Matt, check the stream on Facebook, see where it ended,
or if it's still going.
or if it's still going. God, streaming is so hard, you guys. You don't even know.
That's never happened before. I'm not even sure.
Okay, it's going now. When did the previous one end? It's the same stream is live?
We should be live right now.
Okay.
Ask him if he's ask him if he's looking at a thumbnail.
Matt, are you looking at a thumbnail? Matt is disconnected from remote desktop.
Okay, I will fix that in a second. We were at the end of Maul, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We had just finished Maul.
Okay. Just give me 1 second to...
Minor technical difficulties, folks. Please stand by.
It'd be really nice to have Graham here doing his job.
Okay. We're getting there. We're almost there. Maybe.
We have we need the voice.
Yeah. Oh no, is Spybot attacking the line? Yes, that is exactly what happened. Spybot arrived. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Just hold on. Whatever happened, sign me out of my Google account.
That's very weird.
Matt should have another code.
Matt, you should have another code.
What's going on with him?
He's just waiting for it to confirm. Waiting for a remote user to confirm.
I'm not getting a...
Okay, everyone watching the stream, just hang out for a second. We're gonna stop this.